It's white, it's cold, it sits silently in your fridge like it has nothing to hide. But what if I told you this innocent liquid is at the center of a massive, decades-long campaign with secret hormones, government manipulation, and billions of wasted gallons? Welcome to the chilling truth behind milk. Milk starts where you think it does, a cow's udder. But before you say ew, keep in mind that creamy latte, that cereal splash. Yup, all straight from the source. Most milk you drink comes from Holstein cows, the black and white spotted divas of the dairy world. These ladies can produce up to 8 gallons a day. A single cow can give you 90 glasses of milk per day. That's enough to fuel 5 toddlers and 3 gym bros. In the 80s and 90s, the government really wanted you to drink milk. Remember those catchy commercials? Milk. It does a body good. They were everywhere, on TV, in magazines, even on billboards. The message was clear. Milk was essential, and you needed it every day to grow up strong and healthy. It wasn't just a suggestion, it felt like a national mission. That wasn't just good marketing. It was a full-blown nutritional campaign, orchestrated by powerful interests. The dairy industry and government agencies teamed up, pouring millions into advertising and educational materials. They wanted to make sure every child and every parent believed milk was the ultimate health drink. Funded by the dairy lobby, backed by schools and drilled into your lunch tray, milk became a daily ritual. It was served with every school meal, and skipping it felt almost rebellious. The message was reinforced everywhere. Milk was non-negotiable for growing kids. But this obsession with milk isn't new. Milk was once a luxury in ancient Egypt, mostly for the elite. Only the wealthy and powerful could afford to drink it regularly, and it was often reserved for special occasions or religious ceremonies. Milk has always carried a sense of status and health. Fast forward to the 20th century, and milk became the gold standard of health, especially in America. Doctors, teachers, and even the government promoted it as the perfect food. Families gathered around the breakfast table, glasses of milk in hand, believing it was the key to strong bones and bright futures. Celebs wore milk moustaches like war paint, from Beyoncé to Batman. The Got Milk campaign turned drinking milk into a pop culture phenomenon. Suddenly, everyone wanted to be seen with a glass of milk, from athletes to cartoon superheroes. It was cool, it was healthy, and it was everywhere. But wait, was it all just advertising? How much of what we believed about milk was based on science and how much was just clever marketing? The story of milk is more complicated than it seems, and it's time to take a closer look. Before we expose the rest, smash that subscribe button so you never miss another video where we uncover what's really behind the food you love, or think you love. So today, milk isn't just milk anymore. It's, well, ultra-pasteurized, fortified, hormone-injected, antibiotic-laced mystery juice. Many dairy cows are injected with RBGH. That's a hormone used to increase milk output. And yeah, trace antibiotics can actually end up in your glass. Here's a fact that might gross you out. Milk, allergies and lactose intolerance now affect over 65% of the global population. Suddenly, that so-called healthy white drink feels a lot more like a lab experiment, doesn't it? The dairy industry, it's no small business, let me tell you. It's a massive global operation that stretches from rural farms to bustling city supermarkets. And it's all about turning milk into money. Every day, millions of gallons of milk are processed, packaged and shipped out to meet the world's insatiable demand for dairy products. Behind every glass of milk, there's a complex network of companies and cooperatives working to maximize their profits. These companies are swimming in white gold. Milk isn't just a staple in our diets, it's a multi-billion-dollar commodity. From the moment it leaves the cow, it's tracked, tested and transformed into everything from cheese to yogurt to ice cream, all designed to keep the cash flowing. Nestle, for example, owns milk brands all over the world, including Carnation and Nesquik. They're not just selling milk, they're selling a lifestyle, a brand and a promise of quality that keeps customers coming back. Their reach is truly global, with products on shelves in nearly every country you can think of. Then there's Danone, makers of milk-based yogurts and, even plant alternatives. They've adapted to changing tastes, offering everything from traditional dairy to trendy oat and almond milks. Their strategy is to capture every segment of the market, whether you're a die-hard dairy fan or looking for something plant-based. Dairy Farmers of America, that's a $19 billion dairy cooperative. It's made up of thousands of family farms, all pooling their resources to compete with the industry giants. They control a huge chunk of the US milk supply, And their influence stretches from the farm gate to your fridge. And Saputo, up in Canada, they're a major global dairy exporter. Their products end up in kitchens around the world, from cheese in Italy to butter in Australia. They've built an empire on dairy, and their growth shows no signs of slowing down. Every carton you buy, well, it helps fuel a multi-billion-dollar industry, even if you end up throwing half of it away. The profits don't stop at the checkout line, they ripple through the entire supply chain, from the farmer to the factory to the store. So next time you pour a glass of milk, remember, you're part of a global business that's bigger than you might think. Spoiler alert, humans waste over 116 million tons of dairy every year. That's like dumping entire swimming pools of milk, just because we forget to check the fridge, honestly. Now let's settle the debate. Cow milk or goat milk? So cow milk is creamier, higher in lactose, and, well, it's the most popular worldwide, but it can cause more bloating for some folks. On the other hand, goat milk is easier to digest, it's naturally homogenized, and it's slightly higher in certain nutrients. It does have a funkier taste, though. For lactose-sensitive folks, goat milk may be your MVP, but, Gen Z is increasingly saying no thanks and switching to plant-based. So, is milk good or bad? It's a question that's been debated for years, and the answer isn't as simple as you might think. For generations, milk has been a staple in households around the world, praised for its creamy taste and nutritional value. But in today's world, with so many new options and changing health advice, it's worth taking a closer look at what's really in your glass. Milk is packed with calcium, protein and vitamin D, nutrients that are essential for strong bones, healthy muscles and overall growth. That's a big reason why so many people still reach for it at breakfast, pour it over their cereal or add it to their coffee. It's also a convenient source of nutrition, especially for kids and teens who are still growing. Beyond nutrition, milk is woven into our daily lives and favourite foods. It supports bone health, especially in kids. And let's be honest, it's great for making everything from creamy mac and cheese to frothy cappuccinos and lattes. Whether it's in your morning coffee or your favourite dessert, milk has a way of making things taste richer and more satisfying. But milk isn't without controversy. Some people worry about hormones and antibiotics used in dairy farming, while others struggle with lactose intolerance or dairy allergies. There are also growing concerns about animal welfare on large dairy farms and the environmental impact of producing and transporting milk, from greenhouse gas emissions to plastic waste from discarded bottles. These are all important reasons why some people are rethinking their relationship with dairy. That's why plant-based alternatives like oat milk, almond milk, soy milk, and even potato milk are exploding in popularity, especially on social media platforms like TikTok. People are experimenting with new flavors and textures, searching for options that fit their health needs, values, and lifestyles. So, is milk still worth it? The answer depends on what matters most to you. The truth is, milk isn't evil, it's just, complicated. Sold as nature's perfect food, it's now revealed as a heavily engineered, highly marketed product with a slippery past. Whether you love it, hate it, or only use it in cereal, just remember, not everything white and pure is as innocent as it looks. Subscribe for more food truths before they spoil.